She had lived alone in that house for 17 years, long enough to know every creak of the original pine floors, long enough to distinguish the sound of wind in the attic from mice in the walls, long enough to stop being afraid of the dark corners, until the night the corners started breathing that IT began small. A soft exhale behind the bathroom door while she brushed her teeth. She laughed at herself in the mirror. "Old house lungs," she muttered, spitting toothpaste foam. 2 nights later the exhale had weight. It wasn't just air moving, that IT had intention. Like someone standing very close behind her, trying to decide whether tonight was the night. She began sleeping with the hallway light on, then with the bedroom light on, then with every light in the house burning, even the basement bulb that flickered like a dying heartbeat. The 4th night she woke at 3:17 a.m. to perfect silence. Not the normal silence of an old house settling. The kind of silence that happens when everything alive suddenly stops moving at once. Even the refrigerator compressor had gone quiet. Then she heard it very soft, very close. A voice imitating her own voice, but slower, thicker, like someone speaking with lungs full of syrup. "Turn the light off." She didn't scream. Screaming felt too small for what was happening. Instead, she sat up very slowly, clutching the blanket to her chest like a child waiting for the monster check. The voice came again, patient, almost tender. "Turn it off, please." She looked at the lamp. Her hand hovered over the switch, and then she noticed something much worse than the voice. She had not turned it off. She had never turned it off since that first exhale. Something had walked past every single light switch in the house and turned them off, one by one, while she slept. The bedroom was suddenly very small. The darkness outside the window looked in at her like an open mouth. She whispered, mostly to herself, "I'm not going to turn it off." Silence. Long, polite. Then the voice answered from directly beside her left ear, so close the hairs on her neck felt the shape of the words. "That's okay. You don't have to. I already know what your face looks like when the light is gone." She never screamed. She couldn't. Because when she opened her mouth to try, the only sound that came out was her own voice. Slow, thick, full of syrup, saying, very gently, "Kate." The house has been quiet ever since. The lights stay on during the day. Nobody comes to read the meter anymore. The mailman leaves packages at the end of the driveway. Sometimes, very late at night, if you stand on the sidewalk and look up at the 2nd floor window, you can see the silhouette of a woman sitting perfectly still in the chair by the lamp. She never moves. She never blinks. And whatever is wearing her face now